Yo, what is up? What is up? We are back. We are black. Hey, I'm at the young homie's house. Young Branti the Prophet. This is my nigga. I know him forever. Man, we about to go over some topics and do something different. We all, it ain't just a regular podcast, so we done took it on the road. Peace. Yo, what is up? What is up? Man,
what's up, man?
Man, what's going on with you, man?
Hey,
we
look,
back?
Man.
We black?
Let's check it out. Man, look, I've been trying to find this nigga for so long. I didn't even know he had a podcast. But how everybody doing, all the viewers and listeners, look, my name is Branti. He told me he had a few questions for me. I'm ready to answer them. Just gonna have a regular conversation. Let's make it fun.
All right, for sure.
Fun,
All right, man. Let's get this started, man. Let's get this started, man. Hey, man. This is the first question I wanted to ask, man. And I've been dying to ask. How do you think the government plays a role in the destruction of black people?
Whoa, we getting right into it, huh?
Hey, I told you. I told you, nigga. I told you. So tell me, how do you think?
That's such a loaded question. I mean, so all the viewers and listeners, forgive me for my perspective. I'm young. I'm 28. So look, you gotta bear with me. But he just asked me such a loaded question. Elaborate a little bit on what you mean, the destruction of black.
I mean, the part that the government plays in gentrification and redlining, locking us out of wealth and having it where, we're fighting each other just to get to the little bit of piece of pie that we have. You know what I'm saying? Where you got niggas like Steve Harvey telling niggas, fuck your integrity, get the bag. So right. How do you think the government plays a part in that?
I think they play a huge role, first of all. Before we even get into the gentrification and all that type of part of it, I mean, we gotta understand, for black youth, black families, period, anyway, that whenever you have like a black family in an impoverished neighborhood or area, I'm gonna say that it's harder for them. And that may be because the government doesn't allow assistance or help to the degree that we need it to be.
That's a fact.
So whenever you have, and they benefit from it, and then they actually take advantage of the situation that we're put in. But whenever we're growing up, in the hood, where I grew up in the hood, me and my family brothers grew up in the hood. It's like, from an early age, as a teenager growing into adulthood, a black man especially, you don't really have no guidebook for this shit.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, and the guidebook you do have would be a father figure. Not all of us are fortunate enough to have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, me, I was fortunate enough to have my grandpa, but you gotta think, my grandpa was 50 fucking years old by the time I was born. And us as black males, for some reason, I don't know why this is, we tend to gravitate more towards someone closer in our age range. Hence, you got all these big homies and niggas from your gang, that are like your big brothers, or, somebody that you look up to, and you getting advice and information from them that may not necessarily be the correct information or advice, but you respect them and look up to them so much that you follow that advice and you make poor decisions because of it. But now how the government comes into play with that is that, mom or dad, whoever you live with as a kid, may not have the necessary tools or resources to get what they need. Mom might be facing an eviction tomorrow, but this is the thing. If mom facing an eviction tomorrow, it's going to take time for you to do it the legit way. Go out and get a job, get hired. You may not even get hired or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to try to do that. That takes time. Mom getting evicted tomorrow.
Fact.
So as a young black male, you don't have any work experience, you don't have any income coming in, so you can't go to Rapid Cash and get a loan.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So for you to not have any income, no resources to turn to, all your family broke, and you don't know nothing else but the situation around you, you may turn to certain niggas like, man, mom, you know what I'm saying? She about to get kicked out tomorrow. And it might be a genuine ass nigga who doing the wrong shit. Whether he's selling dope, robbing people, whatever, he might look at you and be like, hey, bro, I know your situation. We gonna get moms that money so you can stay here.
Facts.
And you in desperate, like, you know, need of having a place to stay, and you want to make sure your mom, you know, you see your mom cry or stressing out and you can't help her because you too young, you teenager. But this nigga from around the corner on the block, he might be from a gang, you might not be from a gang, or you might be from that gang. It's just your surroundings. He like, look, man, I can get us the money, but we gotta do this, whoop, whoop, we gotta do that, you know what I'm saying? And you looking for a way out, like, hey, I gotta help mom, so we got a place to stay. You got little brothers, little sisters, nieces, all kind of shit that stay there. And the only thing to do, the only person really trying to help you, aside from the government, is your big homie. So you go and you say you do whatever. You get that money for the first time. Y'all don't get caught for this at all, right? You get that money, you able to give it to mom. She questioning, confused on like where you get the money from, but at the same time, she in so much of a need that she gonna use that money.
Do you think?
Hold on, because I'm gonna get to the point of what you said. But she gonna use that money. So now that you were able to provide for your mom and your situation without, you know what I'm saying, help from the government, you kind of, it's two sides of it. You trust that nigga that you probably shouldn't trust now, and you kind of despise the government because they not offering no help, and they take advantage of that situation now. Now, that translates to you living a life full of crime, following behind this nigga that you shouldn't trust, getting locked up, the government making money off of you getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
It's really deep rooted in how I can't really, that's such a loaded question, I can't explain it. I mean, they play a part in all of this shit. I don't want to just go off the ledge and say like conspiracy theories and none of that. Like they just out here pumping drugs, which they are. I mean, but I'm saying pumping drugs through the hood, I don't want to go run with that because a lot of niggas my age ain't gonna, you know, they're gonna be like, you on that bullshit, man. They ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. I mean, well, I might be wrong. This is the No, I Don't Know podcast. Shit, I don't know. They may or may not be doing that, but I know certain situations they can take advantage of. Now you've started a career in like crime. And they take advantage when you get locked up, and our tax dollars and everything like comes back to what the government is doing for us. And if you think about it, to be honest, everybody, all of us black people, I mean, we look at the government like it's some big powerful entity when really it's the same niggas that you see at Walmart, Piers, and all of that. They people. It's not a higher power. They're people. They do have power, but they're all individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like that district attorney or that politician or whoever you consider the government does have to go and eat. They bleed, they breathe, they shit, shower, just like you. So what I'm saying is, it's like we look at the government as a body instead of who's in power, in these positions of power. We're not targeting them individually, and we're not doing research on what they do. And shit, I mean, I'm no better than y'all because I don't fucking know. But I know one thing though, that like you look at one person individually, we do this. I don't know why we do this, but we'll judge that one person, just like hardcore judge them off based off what we know about them. But that same one person is surrounded by a group of people just like them, and they have the power. That's the government. The government is us. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're governing us.
That's a fact.
We are governing each other. The thing is, we just look at this white man in a suit different than the nigga in the hoodie across the street. The nigga in the hoodie across the street might be a way more qualified candidate intellectually than the old white man with glasses in the suit. Old white man in glasses with a suit might not know shit, but he went to school, got a degree. He knows, like, basically everything. He can articulate himself well. This nigga across the street may be on the same shit, but he just stuck in the hood.
That's a fact.
So I mean, the government, like, how I feel like they play a part in this shit, it's different. Like, I know the government, for a fact, controls, like, a lot of shit that happens in the hood. They dictate a lot of shit, I should say, that happens in the hood.
In what way?
But to their advantage. Like, it's advantageous to them. I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah, it is advantageous.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It's advantageous to them because it's all about profit. That marginal dollar that we can't achieve on our own. They see it. It's like, let me try to figure out something, an example that I can, put it. Okay, so if we in the hood, right, and it's a little nigga, that's stupid. I mean, and I hate to call people stupid, but just hypothetically, if it's a little nigga in the hood that's stupid, is gonna do whatever you say because you have the power, you have the money, you got the cars, you got the clothes, you got the women, you got all of this. He's seeing this, and all he knows is that you have some position of power. So he respects you for that. You know what I'm saying? And this little nigga gotta come to you for weed. He gotta come to you if he hungry, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? He don't got shit. So he know that if he come to you, you gonna give it to him, but at a certain price. Now, you can then benefit from that nigga's needs by dictating what he do. Oh yeah, little nigga, you hungry? Nigga, hey, look, we making chicken, we making fried rice, all of this, but I need you to do something for me.
Oh.
Now, that's how I feel the government is in just a different way. Like, I need you to go kill this nigga, right? He gonna do it because he hungry. The government, to that, this is probably a poor example. Once again, I say, this is the no, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good.
But look, though, so, I mean, that same situation is happening with the government. You got bitches out here on wealth, well, forgive me, women out here on wealth.
Yeah, and bitches too.
Yeah, and they need this money to help take care of their kids. I'm not saying all of them. It's 50-50. Bitches who don't need it and just taking advantage of it, which another part, they probably noticed that. But, and bitches who actually need it. Women who actually need it. These women need it so bad that they're willing to do whatever the government tells them they have to do to receive assistance.
Like kick the man out the house?
Kick the man out the house. Like, exactly like that. That nigga that's living there may be the baby daddy, but he can't be here because he a felon. Which ties into the fact that he's living a life of crime because of you motherfuckers. Anyway. So, like, yeah, you got to kick the man out the house. You got to go up there just to have a food stamp card. You got to go do classes or workshop. I mean, shit like that. Like, she's going to do it because she needs to provide for her kid. But the government, you know what I'm saying? I can't really fault them for that because that's the way to weed out the bad people that ain't really even trying for themselves. But at the same time, this bitch might got 5 kids, can't afford a babysitter, need to look for a job, can't look for a job. She won't get hired. She ain't got no work experience, no education. Like, this shit is just such a loaded question. I don't even know how to answer it, bro. I'm gonna keep it.
Let's say this. Do you think? Let's say this. I think. Hey, you answered a lot better than a lot of motherfuckers. Let's just say this. Would you say that us being dumb to what the government's plans really are? Would you say that religion has a lot of the reasons why black people are kind of deaf, dumb, and blind, and we look to the government as our heroes, like they supposed to save us? Your perspective.
I believe religion is one of the many leashes that we have on us.
So you think it's a leash?
I do. I really do. I think because, I mean, I hate to take it back to slavery, but like they wouldn't let slaves learn how to read and learn shit and all that because it was a form of control. I mean, religion is another form of fucking control. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe in a higher power. But it ain't this bullshit that they spew into us. It ain't, nigga. Like, bruh, you ever read the Bible? My nigga.
Wait, but hold on.
It's niggas in the beginning of the Bible that's living for 900 years. And we sit up here like dumbasses, nigga, and faithfully, oh yeah, Jesus gonna come back, brother. I mean, don't get me wrong, God may reveal himself one day, but it ain't the God that y'all thought it was. Because in order for it to be the God y'all thought it was, how can he be merciful and vengeful at the same time? Like, it's like that shit doesn't balance out. If you look at the universe, like shit, like you can't have bad and bad that don't equal good. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reasons behind certain shit happening, people turn to, oh, God did that. Nigga, why? Why did this little 3-month-old baby die from...
All right, man. Let me ask you something. We're going to take a little twist. Now, I've done some research, and I'll just throw this to you. I read that the number one killer in the black community is abortion from black women. So, okay. So, with that being said, whether it's true or not, or how factual it is, it was a lot of data that was, corroborating in this theory or whatever. Beyond that, why do you think that our black women are just, not even black women, just in our community, our society, abortion is so common? Why do you think that is, from your perspective?
Because black men don't know how to be black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a young girl, you know, it's a little nigga out there just looking for a nut. Unfortunately,
that's a fact.
It happened.
That's a fact.
Now, this young girl may really like this dude. He might not like her. And she thinking, like, all this, we finna have, you know, a family. He's gonna provide. He's gonna do all that. That nigga ain't thinking about none of that shit. That nigga like, I made a mistake. Bitch, get rid of that motherfucker. And it's so problematic that, like, they don't know what to do. So rather than go through life, be a single parent, it's hard for you, you know what I'm saying? You like, shit, I can barely feed myself. I can't do it. And they looking at that, like, you know what I'm saying? They looking at it like, man, I can't do it. I don't got no help. It'll be different if I have, like, and sometimes this does happen. You find a nigga who may not necessarily be there from the start, but later on, he'll be like, you know what? I'm a man up and do what I gotta do.
Maturity, yeah.
Baby, you know what I'm saying? The maturation of a nigga, is that a word? I don't know.
Yeah, maturation is
the maturation of a nigga.
Good.
The maturation of a young nigga into fatherhood is totally different from a young nigga who's growing into a man. Like, fatherhood is a next level shit. Like, you know what I mean? You'll never be ready to be a father, but you can be prepared. And it's prepared and being ready is totally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I may be like, I'm ready to go to the store. Am I prepared to go to the store though? Do I got my wallet?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact.
It's preparation is key to a lot of shit. So I think the fact that a lot of these young black niggas getting these women pregnant and not playing the role they need to play contributes to the young black women saying, hey, well, I can't do this by myself. Mom's not going to help me. I got kicked out. It's just going to be a lot easier for me to just get an abortion. And, you know, it's sad.
All right, man. I want to ask something else. Why is our culture, black society, you know, in our culture, why is it we don't want to seek knowledge of who we are, but we praise what's put in front of us? Like, why do you think that is? Why is it our society, we only value people who has money? and if they don't have money, then we don't value it. I'm talking about from a black society, a black standpoint, not from everybody else. I'm talking about our standpoint. We only praise or admire the people who has a lot of money, and we don't even know how they got the money.
I don't necessarily think that we don't want to know who we are. I just think that we don't know how to go about finding out who we are.
Okay.
And it's not popularized enough by these people who are influential. Like, hey, read this book, do this.
Why is that? Why is that? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but why is that's not popularized? That's a good suggestion, but why do you think that that's not popular to read? Why is reading not popular?
Because a lot of these people who are influential, they need money. They get focused on profit and money. And if you can see it with a lot of different situations, you may see a nigga being successful in the stocks and bonds and all of that. You ever talk to a nigga who gained a lot of money doing that? Whatever they tell you is vague. It's like they don't want to share the actual information.
That's a fact.
It's like, you know
that's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact.
They keep it to themselves because they know, like, you know, I don't know if it's they just don't want to see you in that position as well, or if they just think that, you know what I mean, I got here on my own through all this hard ass shit. That nigga got to go through it too. But well, it's not popularized, and I mean, it's not popularized by the media, nor like hip hop plays a big part in our culture. A lot of these hip hop artists aren't telling you, like, you know, Jay-Z just started telling you how to do some shit. Like, I mean, I'm not, don't get me wrong, he just started telling you how to do some shit. And we see how it was received. It was received two different ways. When 444 dropped, that nigga was talking about buying property, all this shit. Motherfuckers was like on both sides of it. Like, nigga, don't tell me to not put my money phone up to my ear. I'm gonna do it. Motherfuckers was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy some property. And we're like, don't tell me not to wear these chains. I'm wasting my money. Like, and it's because we look at money because none of us ever had that shit.
That's a fact.
We look at money and see what it can do for you and all these chains and all that shit. And we get mesmerized, almost hypnotized, really. We see it like right now, if you go to one of these clear ass videos on YouTube of like a rapper, like Nipsey Hussle, for instance, he's a great person. His videos was dope. And this nigga had so much gold on, and he did it the right way. Because he had the gold on, he told you how to get the gold. He told you how to do this and to be successful. You just ain't pay attention because you was just so mesmerized by the money. Yep. Just the money. The money. Like, for some reason, if you ain't got money, you ain't never had money, your family never had money. When you see money, that's all you pay attention to.
Why do you think, let me ask you this. You're right, we don't pay attention to it if you never had money. Do you think it's a lack of education on the older generation not teaching, let's say the millennials, y'all generation, like, hey man, these are the type of things that you need to be learning? Or does you think, okay, all right, let's just go even farther. Maybe there's some millennials like you that kind of know what it is and you think outside the box, but when you talk to your fellow melanated millennial brother, sister, they may look at you like you're a weirdo. Like people looked at Nipsey like he was weirdo while he was alive.
It's too, yeah. So I think I don't want to put that on the older generation. I think they tried sometimes. Not all of them tried, but I think they tried to teach us what they do. But I mean, another part of that is that some millennials like me, I mean, like I said, I don't know shit, but what I do know, you know what I'm saying, it's harder to share with another motherfucker because they may do think you're a weirdo. They might actually realize, like, and you got to realize, too much information can consume you. So, you know, you get to read and get to study and you get to learn and all these new things. On the outside, you look crazy as fuck because of all the information that you get. You need to know how to learn the information, just like Nick. Learn the information that you need to know and still coexist with regular society. And you got to realize too, a lot of like black people aren't as intelligent as you may be. So you got to find a way to translate the information to them in a way that they'll understand.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you saying,
you know what I mean?
you saying they might not be far along educated, self-educated.
Right, and plus on top of that, it's a lot of shit that they got going on right now that if it's not instantaneous, a change, they not listening to you. They need to get that money right now.
Why is that? From your perspective.
Why is it that way?
That it's an instantaneous world. Like why like remember back, you know, when you was a kid growing up, you had to actually wait to get your presents on Christmas.
Yeah.
Like you had to wait, and you know, your mom, your people's wrapping up the gifts, putting them under the tree.
Yeah.
Now it's like you celebrating Christmas before it even comes. You don't even wrap the present under the tree. Why is that? Why is that with this generation that everything is so instantaneous?
Because of how fast information gets to you.
Facts.
Listen, I remember when cell phones started to be a thing. I had a little, I think it was a Nokia.
Nokia.
I don't know, that was my first phone.
First phone.
You know, you just play the snake game on
Snake?
there. I was little, but I used to play snake game on there. I could call my mom or whatever. You know what I mean? And before that, it was the big ass gray. My daddy, he had one in a box. Now my daddy died when I was 2. But I remember seeing that big ass gray phone. Like, what the fuck is this? They're like, oh, that's your daddy's cell phone. I'm like, cell phone? And then that's when I started learning. Got my first Nokia or whatever. You know, I had a pager too when I was little because I was out there with them niggas I shouldn't have been out there. but literally, the rapid pace that we receive information, like I can literally go on Uber Eats right now and we could have a sandwich brought to us in 15 minutes. That's fast. You want everything fast. Same way you want your money. You grow up not having shit, not needing to worry about paying bills and all of that because your parents got it. They taking care of all of that. But when you become an adult, or pre-adult, whatever, you want your shit right now because you're so used to being able to do this on your phone, do this on your phone, or do this on the internet. And it's right there, like that. Like, you want shit at a faster pace because you're receiving everything else at a faster pace. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'll tell you right now, I don't think it affected me because the same way I can receive information is as quick as my mama will whip my ass.
All right. What do you think the millennials, and not just millennials, in this day and age, what do you think we need to do to be better as a people? Black people. What do you think we need to do?
I'm glad you say that because I want to stop categorizing each generation. Like, motherfuckers bash the millennials and shit like that. We don't even really know what the fuck age millennials is, though.
They switched it up.
33, 34 is a millennial, then, whatever. It's just black people. What do we need to do as a people?
Yeah.
You said? You repeat the question.
What do you think we need to do as a people to move forward? Like, for example, you know how you have that one part that could tell you all the things that's messed up with the system, but then they don't have a solution. And then you got a whole bunch of people that could give us a whole bunch of solutions, but then they're not telling us why do you have the solution? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like an equation. Like, how do you have that formula? Because you have one side that's like, well, this is the problem, this is the problem. And then you have one side that's like, well, this is the solution. But how do we take both the information, translate it, and move forward as a people?
It's going to take coming together on both parts. As a younger person, you have to be willing to ask for the information that you need. And the older generation has to be willing to give it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't think we do that, huh?
I don't think so.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Literally right now, if I was to come up to you and ask you about some shit, you'll give it to me. That's a rare example that ever happens, though.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas right now not cherishing the fact that their grandma or great grandma still alive. Y'all need to go talk to them.
Hey, talk that shit.
You need to go talk to them. You find out some shit about some shit you didn't know, or you know, anything. But there's a lot of obstacles that stand in the way. Jealousy, envy, and hatred stand in the way. And that shit is so hard to overcome. I'm gonna keep it real. As a civilization, we might not even be here by the time we reach where we need to be. When we do reach where we need to be, I mean, it might be the end of days, and you realize at the last minute, like, shit, we should have did this, been doing this. But I'm gonna say this though, like, I think honestly, a lot of these people who have this influence, you don't realize how much social media has changed the world. A lot of these people who have this influence, specifically the hip hop culture, need to like really take a breather and think about things that they're doing and putting out there. And they need to really try to educate the youth. If they know something like Jay-Z or what he's doing, that's great. What Nip was doing, that's beautiful. But we don't have many like that. We still got niggas out here like, hey man, smoke the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like,
because that's popular culture, right?
Listen, I know right now I probably got some family members that's older, up in age, that'll teach me how to get rid of a body before they teach me how this 401k shit works.
Why is that?
I don't know, man. I really can't even. If I had to speculate, I think it's because they gave up on the idea that I can change the world. Like, one person can start something that will really change the world, but a lot of people just give up. Because back to what we were saying, that shit's not instant.
Ooh.
It takes time. Like
you just said, like a 401k plan. You're right.
And I hate to reference this shit like MLK or anybody, but you know how long they were fighting to start some shit that actually ended up
That's
happening?
a fact. That's a fact.
Nowadays, because
no patience.
Niggas, no patience. If nigga you can't do it right now, fuck it, I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm 80 years old, well, I'm gonna sit with this young nigga who ain't gonna listen. They not gonna listen because there's too much other shit happening. They, text messages or Snapchat or this new album just dropped. I don't want to listen to your old ass stories. Like, really, when it's gems hidden in that shit that you can cipher through all of the shit they tell you and find something that can apply to you, or you can apply to your own life and it'll really be beneficial to you. But this shit move too slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, one person really can change the world, but it's gonna take for that one person to change somebody's life and them to change somebody else. If each one teach one, you know what I'm saying? It'll happen. But right now, each one can't teach one because not everybody willing to even humble themselves to listen to some shit. Like, bro, like, if I don't respect you, I'm not finna listen to shit you say. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, and you could be family, but you have to really be willing to help each other and learn from each other. Like, I'm not gonna discredit whatever my little brother tells me because I can learn some shit from whatever he telling me. Even though he's younger, if I'm older and he listen to me, it's some shit he can take from what I'm saying and apply it. But for everybody, the general population, motherfuckers gotta understand, like, look, let me listen to what you're saying. Look, it's just kind of like, you ever seen them terms of agreement on websites? You just click the box. You don't read that shit.
Yup. You
ain't got time for it.
Yep. Nobody reads that shit.
You ain't got time for it.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers just got to be patient and learn from, everything. It'll be a lot better. That's why, like, going back to the terms of agreement thing, motherfuckers click that box, next thing you know, they fucked over because they didn't read that shit. Motherfuckers learn some shit from, you know what I'm saying, they uncles, cousins, something, don't listen to it, then get fucked off. Now they like, man, I should have listened. I should have read the terms of agreement.
Yep.
Like, niggas don't have the patience to, do that. So it's...
You think that's why the younger generation of kids, and maybe the niggas around your age, when you start talking to them about stocks and bonds and shit, they're looking for a quick payoff. They don't want to, because to build up a 401k, it takes years.
Yeah,
you know
because
what I'm saying?
Man, they're not willing to listen. If I tell you right now, bro, I got the picks for this team at the sports book. You like, shit, I can get that money Monday. But I'll tell you, bro, go invest in Ring. The Ring app is about to blow up in the next. Fuck. Yeah, alright, my nigga. But you want that $200 right now when you could have made $20 million if you would have just listened to it.